meme, Shia Labeouf.
Do it! Do it! Do it! Just do it! Do it! Do it!
While Shia is perhaps best known for his breakout role in Even Stevens and his later commercial successes, it's been his smaller projects and erratic off-screen antics that have transformed him from a movie star into a kind of meme artist.
When the seagulls follow the trawler, it is because they think sardines will be thrown into the sea. Thank you very much.
Growing up is hard, especially for child actors, and Shia is no exception. His life of fame seems to have left him with very few boundaries and an almost masochistic love of self-mockery. When musician Rob Cantor wanted to shoot a music video for his song about a rampaging cannibal known as Shia Labeouf, Shia was not only willing to participate, but suggested he reenact the clapping scene from Citizen Kane. Why does Shia have his own entry on KnowYourMeme.com? Is he just another actor like William Shatner or Chuck Norris who's willing to cash in on his fame through self-parody? Or is something else going on here?
I went through like an existential crisis, which turned into some kind of like exploration, really.
Welcome to this Wisecrack edition on the philosophy of Shia Labeouf. For nearly a decade, Shia Labeouf has bounced from one tabloid scandal to another. Back in 2007, he was arrested in a Chicago Walgreens on his 21st birthday.
I got pretty wasted in Chicago and wound up celebrating in Walgreens.
In 2011, he was recorded getting in a fight outside a bar in Vancouver, but wasn't arrested. And in 2014, after drinking a lot of whiskey,
So I had been drinking a lot of whiskey.
Labeouf interrupted a performance of Cabaret by accosting Alan Cumming as he was making his way to the stage.
He was just wasted, and he whacked me. He did say that the reason he did it was that I was the sexiest man he'd ever seen, so...
But his most significant controversy occurred when he plagiarized Daniel Close's comic Justin M. Damiano, using it as the basis for his 2012 short film, HowardCantor.com. After HowardCantor.com premiered at Cannes, it was released online where fans of Close's comic inevitably found it and tore it apart. Exposed, Labeouf needed an excuse to explain himself. First, he tried to explain the plagiarism as an act of postmodern reappropriation, claiming that he was undermining the idea of originality and authorship.
I was looking to, take his shit off of my shoulders, So I found this discourse and sort of ran with that.
But that didn't really work out, so he tried to apologize, but that didn't cut it either. At this point, Shia turned to an obscure art movement called metamodernism for help. Postmodernism, metamodernism, what the hell's the difference? Let me explain. An easy way to grasp the difference between postmodernism and metamodernism is to think about Hollywood movies. An example of a postmodern movie would be Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool, a film we've talked about before.
I'm touching myself tonight.
A traditional superhero like Spider-Man believes in big ideas like justice, responsibility, and truth with an absolute sincerity.
With great power comes great responsibility.
Deadpool says fuck all that.
Be a hero the way we...
There are no big ideas worth believing in. For the merc with a mouth, the idea of truth and sincerity is just a movie cliche to be lampooned as he massacres bad guys for strictly personal reasons.
Okay, guys, let's get out there and make a difference.
What about metamodernism? What the hell does that mean? If traditional Hollywood heroes embody sincere values, while postmodern heroes wholly reject such ideas, then metamodernist ones fall somewhere in between, a kind of sincerity that is communicated through an insincere distancing. Confusing? Yeah, this stuff can get a bit nebulous. The best example of a metamodernist movie would be Harmony Korine's batshit crazy Spring Breakers. Our heroes are 4 bikini-clad girls on a hedonistic rampage. We follow them as they plunge into sex, drugs, and debauchery. And yet, despite the over-the-top depravity of the party scenes, the girls describe their experiences as a sincere process of self-improvement and self-discovery.
We saw some beautiful things here. Everyone was so sweet here, so warm and friendly.
Juxtaposing the quasi-spiritual tone of the girls' monologue with images of indulgence or mass murder may seem ironic.
We met people who are just like us. It was way more than just having a good time.
But the girls' epiphanies are 100% authentic. In true metamodernist fashion, Spring Breakers uses an ironic, insincere approach to communicate something absolutely serious. After spending months defending himself online, Labeouf came to the realization that neither clever jokes nor genuine explanation would be good enough. He needed to do something that would show everybody that he really was sorry. He needed to be vulnerable.
I had read this metamodern manifesto, which really touched me.
So Labeouf created his first metamodernist artwork entitled #I Am Sorry, a performance art installation in LA where he invited the public to join him in his sorrow. Audience members were to enter the mostly empty gallery, pick out a prop, like an Indiana Jones with, a bottle of Jack Daniels, a transformer, and then sit across from Labeouf, who was wearing that infamous paper bag over his head. He wanted to show contrition, but like Spring Breakers, he delivered the apology so that the audience would hold it at a distance, making it not entirely sincere, but not entirely insincere. It's all the distance and irony of postmodernism with all the sincerity of a classic narrative. Most didn't understand what they were seeing or what it meant.
Definitely pretty weird.
But encountering an apologizing, sometimes crying Shia Labeouf in an LA art gallery, encountering a scene that was both sincere and ironic at the same time, gave them a decidedly metamodernist experience.
He was emotionally pouring out the whole time.
And even if they didn't understand it, they felt it.
And everyone thinks he's so crazy, but it seemed like the least crazy thing I've seen him do in a while.
The spectacle of Shia didn't end with an apology. Instead, the hashtags and stunts kept coming. And in each case, the performances were both ironic and sincere at the same time. His Meditation for Narcissists, an hour-long session wherein Labeouf jumped rope in front of a mirror, was both self-mocking and truly meditative. His work entitled #Interview was both a simple-minded stunt and an hour-long exploration of uncomfortable intimacy. His work #Touch My Soul was both ironic and sincere.
Hi, you've reached LaBeouf, Runco, and Turner. Can you touch my soul?
And perhaps his most memeable work, #Introductions, was meant to be a shallow viral sensation while simultaneously communicating true feelings.
Nothing is impossible.
#Introductions wasn't originally meant to be an absurd version of a motivational speech.
Do it!
But rather was a collaborative film project created with the help of 36 film students. Shia and his collaborators asked the students to submit short monologues for Labeouf to read while standing in front of a green screen. Each monologue had to evoke a feeling, any feeling. The students' work was naive and even sentimental, yet Labeouf's performance in front of the green screen was coldly calculated.
Every time I see a man on a motorbike, I think it's my dad.
The work was both a viral PR stunt and entirely heartfelt. And that's what metamodernism is. It's a mix of shallow self-promotion and intimacy. It's a process where the bland and the commercial is made uncomfortable and even dangerous. A metamodernist moment is when what is designed to numb you turns around, breaks, and makes you feel something. In a world where we're all cynical, we like to think that we can hold ideas, like Uncle Ben's famous line about responsibility, at a distance. What metamodernism does is agree with us. It encourages us to be cynical, but then surprises us by making us feel the guilt we would have felt if we had taken Uncle Ben seriously. Labeouf's performances aim to make you take him seriously. He wants to take your cynicism about his fame and persona and turn it against you. Shia is like the girls from Spring Breakers. They too come off as trivial people who don't have to be taken seriously, but they turn out to be very dangerous and impossible to ignore. So what do you think? Is Shia Labeouf a bold new voice taking performance art to the next level? Or is he just a bored celebrity pulling pranks on us all? Let us know what you think in the comments.
I know I can't single-handedly save the world, but I'd like to try.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Remember, we're working on more videos like this one, so to find out when they're released, smack Alan Cummings' sexy self to visit our channel page and subscribe.
Just do it!
And if you find the stuff we make interesting and insightful, you're going to love another channel called The Nerdwriter. Our buddy Evan over there produces beautiful, eye-opening video essays all about understanding art, movies, culture, and so much more. Click here to visit his channel page and subscribe. And since we're talking about the unconventional, go check out his awesome video on creative title sequences, exploring the fascinating world of film packaging, how artists give movies their iconic look in the opening and closing credits. It's pretty awesome. All right, I gotta go work on the next Wisecrack edition, which may or may not feature a little bit more Rick and Morty.